Well, I'm joined now by David Shipley, who was jailed for fraud in 2020, served 19 months, half of it in Wandsworth Prison. Good evening, David. Thank you for being with us. And you've described this as a jailbreak waiting to happen. Why is that?
Well, I think for a number of reasons. Wandsworth itself is an appallingly run prison. It's chaotic, it's understaffed, it's badly managed. When I was there, they would regularly lose prisoners for sustained periods of time, for half an hour, hour and a half, and they would invariably be found somewhere else around the prison. And I think that might be part of why it took them an hour to raise the alarm here. The other issue is that the prison system itself is struggling with staffing and funding, and those factors combined meant that this was just waiting to happen.
Yeah, we'll talk about understaffing in a moment, but a delivery lorry, David, leaving the prison would normally be searched, one assumes, with, you know, one of those mirrors under the vehicle. Is that right?
That's absolutely correct. Certainly in my time at Wandsworth, every vehicle leaving the prison was checked beneath with a mirror and on top, because these sorts of escapes have happened plenty of times before. It's not a novel way of escaping from a prison. It's probably one of the oldest. It is bizarre that Wandsworth apparently didn't check the lorry that Khalife escaped on, and the governor's going to have to answer for why that happened.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, what do you read into that? Talk about understaffing, but could it be just incompetence? Could it be that they're changing the protocols, not carrying out the protocols? What do you read into that?
I mean, it's obviously all speculation, but it's quite possible that it's complete incompetence. The gate staff are often the most junior staff in a prison like Wandsworth. They are what's called operational support grades. They're not fully qualified prison officers. They don't have any stripes on their uniform. They are poorly paid and often recently joined the prison system. So it's entirely possible that they were just not paying attention. They were in a hurry, again, because of this lack of staffing. They're trying to get things done quickly, and corners are cut. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
I just wanted to ask you about the problem that you've been writing about understaffing at Wandsworth. I mean, how bad is that, and how bad is the morale among the staff that are there?
Yeah, so I think Wandsworth officially has a full staff complement, but at any one time about a third of them are off on sick leave of one kind or another, which means effectively they are grossly understaffed every single day. In my time there, the prison was rarely able to maintain a basic regime, which means they weren't able to offer prisoners every day the opportunity for a shower, some exercise outside, and the chance to clean their cells. These are the absolute basics, and the prison couldn't even do that. The report that the Inspectorate of Prisons produced most recently about Wandsworth said the situation had continued to get worse, and they warned in that report that the Wandsworth prisoner population should not be increased back above 1,500. At the time of the report, it was about 1,300. The most recent figures from the Ministry of Justice say that the population is up at 1,550. So that inspectorate advice has been completely ignored. The population has been allowed to balloon again, and this sort of thing was bound to happen.
Right, and just finally, was Wandsworth then, in your view, the wrong prison for someone on remand accused of terror charges?
I mean, I'm not familiar with the detail of his charges, but certainly had he been housed at a prison like Belmarsh, which is built for people facing, much more serious charges, I do not think he would have escaped. Wandsworth is not a particularly robust or secure environment, and certainly to put someone like that in the kitchens is a crazy failure.
OK. Listen, David, I appreciate you coming on. Very interesting. Thank you for joining us on the programme. Thank you.